The thread that runs through the Allied Media Conference is media-based organizing. And the first part of that is really thinking about media as any way in which you communicate with the world. So that can look like your clothes, it can look like the way you write, it can look like coding, it can look like filmmaking, it can look like dance.
The AMC is different from any other conference. What it essentially is a collaborative work experience. People come here, they train other people in basic techniques, they get together and actually imagine.
Like a geeky, diverse, political, expressive arts conference.
Allied Media Conference is the most crucial, visionary space for media-based organizing, cultural work across the intersections of many different movements, from prison justice, LGBTQ and trans work, two-spirit work, environmental and ecological justice. Basically, this is a space where you come to become transformed.
I'm coming for like a radical imagination and creativity boost.
I just love the atmosphere of openness. I just love that everyone is so willing to talk and everyone is so smart.
The AMC happens in 3 major parts. The first part is on Thursday, where we have network gatherings, where groups, collectives, organizations get together and have a strategy session or a training or make media together. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have tracks and practice spaces.
There's tracks for educators, there's tracks for internet techiers, there's tracks for performers, there's tracks for visual artists, there's tracks for filmmakers, there's tracks for queer people, there's tracks for prison work.
We have a youth track that allows young people to explore various aspects of media.
We're going to present at the Making Makerspaces talk.
And we're going to say how to make a makerspace.
I'm 12.
I'm 13.
This is my 4th year.
This is my 2nd.
First year I got asked to come speak on a panel about the relationship of arts and prison. And I noticed that at the AMC there was no visual arts space. There was no track that was about visual arts, and so I hooked up with a couple other people and we made that happen the next year. And I think that's one of the really incredible things about the AMC, is that going from being a presenter who's talking for 15 minutes to being fully immersed in the creation and the kind of like democratic process of creating the space.
I came to the Allied Media Conference in 2009, and over time my involvement deepened and progressed. I was part of presenting a session the following year. The year after that was able to help coordinate a track. And then probably one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me in my life is being invited to be part of the Allied Media Project's board of directors. My connection to this space has just deepened and grown, and I love it so much. I really, in many ways, consider it a spiritual home.
All of our roles at AMP as staff is to provide the infrastructure for this incredible amount of self-organizing. And it's so important to us that the organizing is decentralized in that way.
It's an organizing space that is used to create really important policy change on media and technology.
The AMC is a place where campaigns are launched, collaborations start, toolkits are designed, and books are released.
Here at the AMC and in Detroit, talking about how you community build through events like parties, how you set community expectations around accountability, around safety, around inclusion, and not excluding people based on identities. All of these things are conversations we've been having with our lovely friends here in Detroit and at the AMC for many years.
Taking media and using media as a platform to enhance social justice, I think it works hand in hand with what's happening in Detroit, because essentially we have been looking at resolving many things that many of the other places throughout the United States are just now beginning to look at. So it's kind of like we had a head start.
To see the kind of transformative visionary organizing that's coming out of the relationship to place in Detroit helps me think a lot about how things are happening in San Francisco, in Oakland, and Berkeley, and how to organize related to that.
I think coming here, I get to learn about the struggles that people have been engaged in currently and in the past, and inspired by the continual commitment to the work and dreaming bigger than we can even imagine.
I'm really happy this year to be bringing my son, who's 3, for the first time, and he's already having a blast, and I love the idea that we're also raising up our kids in this atmosphere.
I gained so much from it that I can't help but want to come back and contribute.
So if you're a hacker or a maker, a visionary, a technologist, an organizer, a media maker, a storyteller, then I really honestly can't imagine any other space on planet Earth that you would want to come other than AMC.
All right, all right. So as you can see, we are ready to begin a live stream. This is different than our meetings. It's all presentation based. And what you see on your screen is exactly the same thing that we were presenting for the most part when we go to AMC. Not only the AMC, but several other conferences that we've already booked that you may not even know about. But this presentation that you see on your screen is what you will be, if you're chosen to present, presenting on. And we thought that we would do that so that you can see what it is, as opposed to in the past where you had to wait to see when we got there what the presentation looked like. So at the AMC this year, we are going to be introducing something really cool and awesome called LYRK. You see how it's spelled on the screen. It is a new music streaming app similar to Tidal and Apple Music, but it is geared toward a specific demographic. We're going to walk through that today, listen to some music. You will need to use the chat feature or the raise hand feature that's associated with your account. One that lets me know that you are interested in presenting on this or participating in this, and I get an understanding that you know what is going on. So when we're in Detroit, I can tell by those that participate by using the raise your hand feature or the chat feature throughout this live stream that you have a clear understanding of what we're trying to get across, and that you're ready to do that when we go to Detroit, as well as any other conference. LYRK will have us involved in many, many things. We'll be at different music outlets and music venues and festivals and prides that we're not usually going to. But we are this year because of LYRK, and it's all about music and performing and performance arts. So real quick, the agenda for today, you've already taken a look at AMC through this video that you just saw. We're going to take a quick look at LYRK. We're going to do a music casting. At that time, you will need to use either the chat feature on your device, or you will need to use the raise your hand feature on your device. When you use the chat feature, you can either choose to reply or chat to all, or just to National Youth Pride Services, which means that only I will see it. Following that, you will get to find out how you can download LYRK. It is available on Apple and Android products. It does not come out to the rest of the world until December, around Christmas. But those of you that are here today that complete this will be able to get LYRK in beta form. And then we're going to talk about how we're marketing LYRK. And then we'll be done with this live stream, okay? So on the screen in front of you, list the main features of LYRK. And these are the main things that we need to get across to people when we are presenting about it. And I'm going to talk as much as I can about each one of them so that you will understand when you're presenting about it what they are all about. This is probably the most in-depth you will ever hear about LYRK. Everything in the future is pretty much not as involved. So what you see on the screen, all these slides today, you're at an advantage over other people because it would never ever be discussed in this length and in this detail ever again. So pay close attention to what you see on the screen. As you see that it is a app that is similar to Tidal and Apple Music and iHeartRadio. But as you can see also, it features a lot of artists, but a specific type of artist. However, artists on all levels, whether they are signed whether they are free agents, whether they are amateur, whether they just do spoken word, whether they are DJs with their own mixtapes of music, whatever. That is also a part of LYRK, and they're involved in the LYRK family. Once you log into LYRK, you actually will be able to create a profile, username, password, like almost every other streaming service, Netflix and all of them. So once you go in there, you'll be able to create username, password, and your settings will be stored, your music will be stored, your playlist will be stored. You can purchase music. If you like a particular artist, if they're selling their music, you can purchase it from LYRK. You can read stories. There will be some in-depth interviews with some of our artists that we feature. You can also watch live. There will be some artists who have live concerts that you're able to watch on LYRK, live performances from all over the country. You can also book an artist. You like somebody and you want them to come to your event. You can actually book that artist through LYRK, as well as you see there, exclusive releases of certain songs. People that want to debut a song or release a song on a grand stage can release that song exclusively on LYRK, and they will be promoting it along with us, that on a certain day of 2016 or 2017, you can hear their new song on LYRK. Some things for the future of LYRK. Awards, because we are controlling LYRK, we can tell who is number one, who has the most sales, who gets the most searches. So we'll be able to actually provide data and awards that go along with those type of things. There will be, right now it's free, be free for a while, and eventually there will be different types of premium plans that you can purchase. So you can always choose to just keep the free version of LYRK, which is open to anybody. But in the future, there will be premium paid plans. Again, just like Tidal has. There'll be shows and events that'll be featured around LYRK. We're planning at some point to go to each region and do some concerts with artists who appear on LYRK. Eventually, it will have its own magazine, giving us 2 magazines. But this one, of course, will only feature music and media. And then also a radio station. So some of this music can be played. And we'll probably move over one of our artists, one of our hosts from the network that has a music-related show. She would probably move over to this platform as well and be both on LYRK and on the network because it features music. So again, just to recap, what you see on your screen there are the main points of what anyone that presents on LYRK at these events, including the AMC, needs to know about. But not only the presenters need to know, but those that are attending on behalf of NYPS need to know, because we know that the Allied Media Conference is where all the media artists and things like that are. So when word gets out that we have this app coming out, people are going to stop us here and there and ask you, tell me about LYRK. And you should be able to tell them about LYRK. There's no point in having people in Detroit with us who actually don't know what we're doing or talking about. So it is important that you understand all those main features that you see on the screen. So now you're going to need to be able to use the chat version or the raise your hand feature on your system to participate. Again, this is helping me to see who understands what is going on and what's happening on this live stream, to make some decisions about what our programming will look like in Detroit. So what's going to happen is you're going to hear some songs of people. We get about 20 a day that send us different tracks of music that they want to get onto LYRK. They either want the whole album, they either want the track, or they want to be featured. When you're featured, it's somebody we're pushing to everybody that has LYRK at the time. So what we are going to do is we're going to play some songs for you, maybe about 10 to 15 seconds of a song. And your choices are whether we should add them to LYRK, meaning yes, add that song to LYRK, or whether we should not add them to LYRK, or if they're so good and so unique, if we should feature them on LYRK, right? So those are the things. So you're either going to type in yes. If you type in yes, that means that you only think that we should include this song and their music on LYRK. If you type in no, that means that we should not. If you type in the letter F, that means that we should feature them. They're really, really good, and they need some national attention for their music. Okay. If you just choose to only push the raise your hand feature, you're just saying yes. Okay. So I want to make sure that that's clear. Again, if you're using the chat option, you can either choose to chat to all or just to National Youth Pride Services, so that only I will see it. So I'm going to play some songs, about 15 seconds of a song that at any point, you don't have to wait until it's over, but at any point, you can make your statement, and then we will see it. And that gives us a good chance to see who is actually on the live stream, as well as who understands what's going on and what we are doing. All right, so here is your first one here.
You knock me out and I'm in the coma. Let me educate you, call me the plumber. Hey, get a little lit. That girl is jealous. She hot. Damn, I want it. Damn, I want it. Damn, I want it. Get a little lit. That's right. That girl is jealous. Say, damn, I want it. Damn, I want it. Damn, I want it. She do the Millie Rock. This do the
All right, that was good. All right, I see your comments. Here's the next one on the list. Here's the next one coming up.
I'm trying to keep it classy. She makes additions. I like that. Yeah. Here I am, girl, you say, come. I've been waiting. Still I am, I'm happy sweet. Right now I want it. I've been feeling. Just got out of work and that's up for today. Girl, I can't wait till it's all in the game. I should be what said it's calling your name.
All right. Here is the next one.
Tell me what I gotta do to get you to come over. Tell me what I gotta do to get you to be mine.
All right, okay, and here we go next.
LGBT community with raise your fucking hands up. LGBT community, raise your fucking hands up. LGBT community, raise your fucking hands up. LGBT community, raise your fucking hands up. I know we all bad. Straight motherfuckers get mad. Hey, no problem with the flag. Yo, straight man wanna sleep with the drag. I know that shit is the truth. Sleeping rude is what I do. Playboy the bat ass, but I don't play good. I just play boys like a triple X play toy. Then I keep it.
All right, so that's pretty unique. All right, and here is our next one. Here's the next one here.
Badass decision made from the fear of being alone, all by myself again, sitting in the den, looking at the phone as if it.
All right, all right. Here we go for next.
Oh yeah, Big Frida, Frida, Queen Diva. Are you listening to me?
All right, and here we are coming up next here.
I don't want no distractions. You love when I do that, I'm in love with your reactions. This my ship and I'm the captain. This a physical attraction. Something sweet, you love that good, I can't get past it. You do your thing too, damn girl, you a savage. When I'm in it, I be thinking about marriage. When I'm in it, baby, I'm in marriage. Can't do it, but we can go without, we already in the night.
All right, here's the next song. We got a few more left. Here's the next song to vote on. Next song to vote on.
Popping up in that line, it's a great thing. I beat that one who keep focused on the damn thing.
All right, here is the next song to vote on. All right, and here is the next one, two.
type. Thank God it's payday. Left work on a Friday. Head straight to the liquor shop. That's my favorite spot. I'm on my night shot. Yeah, I'm lipping down the front. Yeah, I'm drinking, you know. Hennessy and Coke. Hennessy and Coke, no joke. That proof got the full bag and let me go. That feels will pop ice cold. I'm in love when you tickle my nose. And hell, you're sweet and bone. Good night, I'm in a coma. My soul, I'm on your night like you like 6 old.
All right, okay. Here we go next. So that was kind of hard to hear. They sent us to us on a different track. Let me try to find something else real quick. That was kind of hard to hear. Let me see.
Do you remember the 21st night of September? Love was changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing in the key that our souls were singing. As we dance the night, remember how the stars stole the night away.
All right, here we go next.
Talk about your flow on fleek. You wish you lack technique, you come. Talk about your vogue on fleek. You wish you lack technique, you come. Talk about your vogue on fleek, you come. Talk about your style on fleek, you come. Talk about your flow on fleek. You wish you're out till I ain't in the front, but you in the back seat. I ain't in the limo, you waiting for taxis. I'm getting money, you claim your Texas. I ain't gonna let you in on the atlas. So y'all bitches in the nuts cause of my speed. Running all 3 lanes, try athlete. I know exactly what.
All right, all right. That was pretty good. 64 votes altogether. That was pretty good. All right, okay. Wrapping this up. So again, LYRK won't be available to the general public until around Christmas. But for members and those of you that are here on this page today, going to Detroit and other conferences, again, we're going to be going to a lot of music events this year through LYRK's budget, which is separate than NYPS. But you need to know how to use LYRK and how LYRK looks if you're going to present on it. So as it shows you on the screen, there's a deadline to send a member request to us saying that you would like to get LYRK, the beta version, which means it's in development, but the beta version, you can get it actually in April. Again, send a member request by the date on the screen, and you'll be able to get LYRK and play around with it and test it so that you can be able to present it when we go out. Again, as it says there, LYRK is still in development. However, there is currently already out a Twitter account that allows people to follow and get information on LYRK and even listen to some music. It is at Music LYRK, spelled our way, of course. And that is up and running now, actually. So if you want to get information on LYRK, if you want to help promote LYRK or talk about LYRK, there's only one way to do that right now, and that is via the Twitter account. I want to close on today with some announcements. You see the big picture on the screen. That's the biggest event ever because it's the board meeting, which includes the National Youth President's inauguration speech. But there's a lot going on this weekend, of course. Periscope, Josh is ending his turn today, and DeMarc is starting his run today at 9:00 p.m. Central. His shows are sponsored by Kick Butts Day, so you get to learn a lot about that. That's coming up on March 16th. Our first trip of the year is coming up, YBGLIs, at the end of this month. And they have a Zoom meeting. It'll be in Louisiana, our first time ever going to Louisiana. For staff, there's an all-staff meeting happening this month. We just hired a new membership coordinator and a new travel coordinator who's like a travel agent, does it for real life, actually, and will help people find travel and take care of all their housing and hotel needs. It's one person who, the job it is to work with members on securing travel for all of our events and activities. Of course, 2020, which has been awesome already, is coming to an end this week. I'm sure you'll be hearing more about that from our youth leaders. Don't forget on our Snapchat page right now today, Ricky Sky is there from the West Coast, showcasing a lot of the events that he does, and he's going to be doing that tomorrow as well. Tomorrow is really, really big. It is the preview of the new network that we have. It's also a chance for you to get a free subscription tomorrow. That is at 7 p.m., 1 hour later than what started here today. Wow, I was gonna say it's on its way here, but it's already here. We have young women already in the program participating and getting involved. And again, Kick Butts Day, Shaquan will be in a press conference with the mayor of Chicago coming up on Kick Butts Day. You'll see all of our social media dedicated to that. And you'll see on Periscope, DeMarc talking more about that as they are the sponsor for the show. So this wraps it up. So for questions for me, I will answer all questions up until midnight Chicago time. And they're posted in the NYPS team Facebook page. Of course, this is a live stream, so you know you're watching today, so you're not able to ask me questions live, but you are able to post your questions so all can see, because it may be the same question in the NYPS team page. And if it's not something I've already talked about on this, then I will answer it. Again, I'll do that up until midnight tonight. So thank you all very much for participating. We'll see you all tonight on Periscope with DeMarc. Thank you all very much. Have a good night.